Alright, so the VRATTY story should continue. However, before we get into the October information, just like to remind you that everything I'm going to be talking about in this series is going to be like me looking back at what happened. So even if you see like on the screen, for example, October 2021 or December 2021, please keep in mind that I am talking about something that happened in the past. That's right. So yeah, okay, so let's get into this video. Got into October. Now before we got into some like football coaching experience with the sessions, I had to get back in touch with the youth group's coordinator. You see, the initial agreement was for me to help out throughout September, so what was left of September, and then get back in touch and then maybe talk on and see where we can go from there. And that's what happened. I got in touch, called the youth group's coordinator, and basically I asked him whether I could stay on, because I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the sessions in September, so I did ask whether it would be possible for me to stay on rather than just wait without doing anything in particular through the months, waiting till January to find out the information regarding the qualifications in the UK. And so yeah, he said okay, so to the end of the year, to sometime in January we'd speak again, and so yeah, that was agreed upon, and I was buzzing. I was happy about that because I didn't want to just sit around and waste time. That was great, and this is what October was like. So for this video, this October part 1 video, I'd like to tell you about the first few sessions. And this was a combination of assisting and actually running the sessions myself. Now, when I say assisting, usually is a combination of observing, because in my opinion that is also assisting, observing, not just looking and watching without anything in particular to observe, but there are things that you should look out for, and the coach would then ask me, what did you observe? And so it's like observing with a purpose, basically, not just gazing at the sky, gazing at your feet or something, just looking for certain things. Or assisting, like he'd set up a game and then he'd like divide the group into two, and then say, okay, I'll take one part of the group and you can take the other, and that was really good as well. And also helping out with tag games, for example, being like one of the taggers, or a game where they had to like keep the ball away from people trying to kick the balls out of the area. That was another game in one of the first sessions of October. They're like 1v1s as well. That was always good. 1v1s are always good. I always like 1v1s, Gets everybody involved, Attacking, defending, 1v1s, fantastic thing. And then of course observing matches in smaller groups or teams, 4v4s, maybe sometimes 5v5s, something like that. But in general, yeah, just get everyone playing, buzzing. And there's a big thing here in Poland, that's like, they talk about high intensity, maybe not just in Poland, but high intensity, so no like standing around, queues and lines, for them not to be too long, so let's get people, the players playing, the children playing. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. So yeah, really nice games, small-sided games with also mini goals. Like you can play with 2 mini goals or 4 even, like the Foninho. We can get into Foninho a bit later maybe in the series. That's a very good type of game to use. And then there were, I remember sessions where just like observing for the whole session, that they had this like big match, and that was something that would happen from time to time as well. They like that, the kids like that. So sometimes it's okay to like do those sessions where they come, there might be like a tag game, like a warm-up kind of thing to get them, well, kind of warm-up. At that age, you know, they're already like jumping and hopping, so it's like a different type of warm-up than with the older children, well, children or teens or adults. But yeah, getting them playing, they want to play, they want to, especially like the big goals. You know, from a coaching's perspective, big goals, not always the best thing, but also use them. Yeah, I also like them. You know, make it fun, bit of these big goals, miniature goals, use them and be creative. That's fun. There was one session in the early stages of October 2021 that I did have to run, and I did start it with a kind of tag game where if you got tagged, you had something to do, you know, either with a football or without. With a football, it could have been like toe taps or some other ball manipulation, ball mastery kind of skill. It could have been like keepy uppies, and without, it could have been like jumps up or whatever you can do without a football, really. You know, as long as it's safe, of course, as long as it's safe. So they started off with that game. That was a really good game, and with that game came a lesson to be aware of where you are, where you're standing as a coach, and what you can see. Because in general, I have this knowledge. In general, I'm aware of this. It's just that at the time, I remember, rather than concentrating on what they were doing, I was concentrating on actually helping some of the players who had been tagged what to do. And my line of vision was towards them rather than the playing area, which I should have done better. So yes, I got to remember that. Also, not just then, but for any session in the future, got to remember that. But that was good feedback from the main coach afterwards. That he just said, you know, Daniel, just you can do that, but keep an eye on what's happening around you as well, and with the other kids as well. So that was good. That was good feedback. I do like that kind of feedback. Yeah. Okay, so after we did that, I remember we did some 1v1s, but we didn't have any like cones or discs or mini goals. So sometimes a coach has to be creative or use what you've got. So we had bibs, and we just used bibs as the posts, and they played some 1v1s. Fantastic fun. And then at the end of it, they played some 4v4s. Whole pitch, they liked that, because it was inside the air dome, and inside the air dome got some really nice goals that they like, and they were buzzing, they were jumping, they were really happy, and that's what it's all about. Got to be happy, right? Because football has to be, you know, be fun. You know, if it's all about, you know, for some people might be just the results or anything. Get into that in a different episode, maybe about results and the youth ages. Nah, let's make it fun. That's the main thing, all right? Be happy, and let's get joy as well from it, you know. Yeah, that is it for October 2021, part 1 from VRATTY, from the 2021-22 season. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to come back with another VRATTY video very soon. And yeah, feel free to subscribe, like, comment and share. Notification bell to stay up to date with everything to Compass 77 and football coaching related as well. And yeah, hope to come back with another video very soon. Take care, all the very best. Bye bye.